Hey, it's Mark Strigl. You can find me on SiriusXM. I would love to have you hanging with me there. On Turbo, Channel 41, Ozzy's Boneyard, Channel 38, and Hair Nation, which is Channel 39. That's the station. You will definitely hear some Warrant being played. A band that I love, a band that Jerry Dixon plays bass for. I'm about to talk to him on my personal YouTube channel here, where I'd love it if you liked the video and subscribe to this channel. Jerry and me both will be at the M3 Rock Festival this year, along with David Lee Roth, Accept, Lita Ford, Sebastian Bach, Stephen Piercy, and Warren DeMartini from the band Rat. M3 this year is going to be insanely awesome. May 2nd through the 4th at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. Hey, it's Mark Strigl in New Jersey, and we are hanging with Jerry Dixon, bass player in Warrant on the other side of the country. How are you, sir?
I am well, my friend. How are you?
I am great. I'm happy to be talking to you. You're in the studio. What's going on? What are you working on?
I don't know why I'm yelling because I know you're far away, but yeah, this is our studio, where we kind of write, and this is where the magic happens. So this is kind of like my office, so to speak.
Okay. So are you working on Warrant stuff today or something else, or what can you say?
Warrant, we always have warrant stuff working, writing, but not today. Today we're doing a younger band called SugarFix.
Who's all over your Instagram. They're great, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Tell
that's
me
what I'm
about
here working on.
tell me about that. Tell
What?
me about SugarFix.
They're a band of little misfit squirrels that are from 13 to 16 that kick ass, and
Hard rocking band.
they're a rock and roll band. There's no tapes, there's no drum machine. It's just old school, kind of like Heart, Barracuda, just rock, just fun rock. And I kind of attracted to it because they remind me of Warrant, like their camaraderie, and they're the same age as when I started, so it's kind of a no-brainer.
Female fronted band, and from what I've
Yeah.
heard on your Instagram, I got to learn more about this band because they were very impressive. SugarFix is what they're called, right?
Well, thank you. Yeah, we've only got one. We just did one song and a video to kind of, that's all they have. So there's not much to really follow yet. So it's all just kind of coming together right now. And we're gonna probably finish 4 songs and do an EP.
Okay. Okay. Very
Not
cool.
maybe by
Now,
summer, short term, just little steps.
right. Well, keep me posted on them. SugarFix.
Sure, sure,
Now,
sure.
last time I saw Warrant was at the M3 Rock Festival, which was a fun time. However, you weren't there, so at that show. But you're going to be there, I'm assuming, this year at M3 with Warrant. I hope.
I am now. Yes, yes. I'll be there this year for sure. Yeah, I took a break, or just lessen my shows to kind of do this. Being committed and on the road, it's just you've kind of got to, you're either all in or all out. So it was just like I just took a little break. I did miss a few shows, but everything is this is on the way, and they're getting better and better, and pretty soon they won't need us, and we'll open for them.
Right on. So you're, as far as live gigs go at this point, you're I guess back in the fold with Warrant.
Yeah, I do, maybe one or two weekends a month, depending on where they are. And then as this gets done, like I'll be at M3, I'm playing Johnsonville, Tennessee in 2 weeks, February 22nd. Then I'm playing in Bow, Washington in March. So all the dates are on the Warrant stuff.
Great, cool,
So
including M3,
yeah,
of course, which is happening May
of
2nd
course.
through the 4th.
Trust me, being at home watching that is painful. I'm like, wait.
Well, this is going to be a really special M3. I mean, you're going to be there with Warrant. The night that you guys play, we got Ace Frehley from Kiss doing a set, and Warren DeMartini and Stephen Pearcy will be reuniting for a set of Rat. Were you a fan of Ace and Kiss growing up?
Yes. And Piercy and Warren. So yeah,
Yeah.
I walk around like a fanboy at those shows.
Yeah.
Sharpies. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with all this, those are it's kind of bizarre to even play with those people most of the time. I'm like, you try and hold it in like, oh, I know what I'm doing, but under the surface, rat, come on.
Yeah.
There was no we got our namesake from Warren D. Martini.
Oh,
Warrant.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that? Yeah, simple as that, right?
Really? Wow. Wow. That,
Yeah.
that's interesting. And David Lee Roth will be playing his first gig in 5 years at
Yeah.
M3. I'm sure you've had run-ins with Diamond Dave through the years. Any
Of course.
memories that you could share with us?
Yes. We toured with him in Europe. I think his first solo. So remember he had the big microphone that he'd fly around in the arena.
Yeah, maybe Eat 'em and Smile, or it could have been
Yeah, it was he
Skyscraper.
was
Yeah.
just on fire. And he had his people drop off a case of Jack Daniels to the dressing room with a handwritten note from him that said, at the bottom of each bottle lies what did he say? At the bottom of each of these bottles is where all the lies are. Something like just rock and roll. Like, I don't, it was fucking cool. It was a moment.
Right on.
And he was right. By the time you got to the bottom, there was trouble.
Right on, right on. And I
Yeah.
mentioned Ace Frehley from Kiss, who is playing M3 this year. First time I saw Warrant was with Paul Stanley. This was at City Gardens in Trenton, New Jersey.
Man, you're older than I am. Ah,
And that
wow.
that
Yeah,
was that was a really that was like a club show for Paul and you that was
yep.
where I was introduced to Warrant, and I've been a lifelong fan ever since. Any memories of doing that club tour with Paul Stanley back in the late 1980s?
Again, yes. Shitting my pants, knowing being like 10 feet from Paul Stanley, of course. Yeah. I remember what he wore. I remember how he spoke. I remember him warming up. I mean, it was, yeah. I remember Toads. I remember that. I remember that maybe more than a lot of other things because it
Really?
was, yeah, that was like the first time we had kind of left and got on an airplane and, we were East Coast and Sony Music was East Coast. So we basically grew up in New York. We grew up out that way. And yeah, that was well, I'd like him to do that again.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, now that Kiss
Wouldn't that be? We'll open, I swear.
get you
You're
guys
listening,
back, you could go
Paul.
out with Paul Stanley for a solo tour.
Yeah.
That would be
Clubs
amazing.
though. Just
Again,
small clubs.
what's that?
Small clubs though.
Right, right. Again, we are talking with Jerry Dixon of Warrant, who is playing the M3 Rock Festival in Columbia, Maryland, at the Merriweather Post Pavilion. Tickets are on sale now. All sorts of great artists on the bill, as we mentioned: David Lee Roth, Ace Frehley, Sebastian Bach, Warrant, Vixen, Lita Ford. I mean, this is going to be quite a weekend. I cannot wait to hang out with you there. Jerry, let's talk about what's going on nowadays with Warrant. We've heard about a few different things, including there could be new music starting to develop. Is that a true statement?
Yes, yes. We're kind of thinking and probably implementing kind of like a box set of things we have with Jani, unreleased stuff. We have like maybe a song from a demo. Um, we've got, like 9 records that have come back to us through over the years. So we want to do like some sort of box set with some new music as well. But
Wow.
also but also include all of Warrant, Jamie years, Jamie St. James years, Born Again, Rockaholic, Jamie, all of us. We're
Wow.
all one incestuous group of people, you know?
And there are numerous tracks with Jani Lane that have not been released.
There actually are hardly any, but there's a few that we got back that we're working on finding. There's a lot of, things that happen with the legality of stuff, but there are a couple diamonds that we have found. But I wish we released everything with him. We never did anything like just to go do it. If we were going to record, it was a purpose. It was for a soundtrack or a record. So, you pretty much have 99.9% of everything out that we've done, except the little minute stuff.
Right. Okay. And then there could be
Yeah, stuff
some.
like this stuff, like you don't know what to do. Like, say we're writing and we're recording with Jani and he's talking, but it's not a finished song yet, So it may be something that entails video, comment, just with sharing all that stuff, the
Okay.
making of Doggy Dog. We have a lot of behind the scenes stuff of that record. Um, that nobody's ever seen. Like
So
we sit here.
okay, because that was my other question. You're talking about
Hey,
stuff.
so here's an example. This this is Alpha Studio making of Dog Eat Dog.
Okay.
Bass and drum. Jani, me, Steven, Michael Wagner, Eric, Joey. It's all right. Nobody's ever seen it. And it's so stuff like that and accompanied with audio and a record,
So that stuff, okay, so there's a potential box set you mentioned.
Yep.
And there's
Yep.
also I think it was one of the other guys, I'm not sure if it who one of the your bandmates mentioned in an interview, I don't know if it was Eric or who, but that there's a documentary too. So this footage you're talking about could potentially be in a
Yeah,
documentary.
we have that in the works too, but it's a lot of speculation and
Okay.
people have ideas, but it has to, who's going to collect who's doing the work. So we'll figure it all out. But
Okay.
yeah, it's time. I think it's time to do that and not give everything away on social media for free and just let people steal it and take it and molest it. And it's disgusting, like we want to put something out that people can take home and enjoy, like the old days, not
Right
just,
on. Cool. Well,
you know,
us fans are definitely ready for it. So
yeah, something
keep
you
us,
could touch.
yeah, keep us
Okay,
posted.
cool.
I wanted to go back to a few stories I've heard about some interesting warrant connections with people who are outside of hard rock, some really major players. The first would be Prince. Is it true that you guys were once talking with him or maybe his people and that he maybe financed a demo and what was, if any,
Yeah,
the connection with Warrant and
yeah.
Prince?
We never met him, but Jamie Shoup was affiliated with Prince when he started Paisley Park. And she was not really our manager, but she was helping us and she knew him. And she reached out to Prince, right there on the phone and said, "Hey, I got a rock band in LA. We need 5 grand. You get first right of refusal." And he said, "Sure." Um, did the demo, and then he passed on us. He did, he was very kind. It wasn't like
Yeah,
this wasn't his jam, is what he said.
yeah.
And then we took that demo and we asked him, "Can we use what you paid for to shop for a record deal?" And he said, "Of course." And then we
Wow.
got our record. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's his fault.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a great story. And the other guy I wanted to ask you about, if you've ever heard this story, a Warrant Michael Jackson connection. Now, this comes from a
Yeah.
guy who makes leather outfits, Al Bane, who claims this, I guess, would have been before Warrant was signed, that Michael Jackson approached him and pulled out of his pocket a Warrant flyer that he, I guess, had gotten off the strip or something, and said to Al Bane, "Did you create these jackets or pants or whatever for these guys? Because I want you to, if so, I want you to work with me."
Also true. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Al Bane for leather did clothes for all of us. You know, he would do the big back in the day. You remember you'd wear the big wristbands with the spikes on them. He made all that shit. And Jani designed a jacket that is now on the cover, I think, of that Michael Jackson record. The belt
Bad.
buckle,
Yeah.
that's Jani's jacket. That's
Wow.
Jani's idea. Al made that for Jay. I don't know if it's that jacket. It's not that one, but that Al made one of those for Janie.
Right.
And then that did happen. I guess one of his Pete Michaels, and they gave him like, a bunch of money, and we were all trying to survive. So
Yeah.
yeah, he sold him the idea. We were kind of mad, but it was like, come on. So yeah, that was Janie's idea.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
wild how he had Warren has this connection with not only Prince but Michael Jackson too. Ultraphobic, uh, an album that is
Yes.
turning 30 in just a couple weeks. Uh, I saw you guys on that tour. I think, or right shortly after that album came out, when you were doing a tour with Vince Neil and Slaughter. And I for one, I enjoyed Ultraphobic. How do you look back on it? I mean, it was a different sound for the band.
You know what? We were bad. We were bad ass. We were heavy. We were good. We had James Kotak playing drums. Um, Rick from Kingdom Come playing guitar.
I'm broken in pieces, all over the ground, being shut down. I'm totally speechless. Ooh, yeah, I can't make a sound. Now I'm looking for a needle with some stitches.
You know, it just, I guess it wasn't the sound that people knew us for. So commercially, it wasn't successful, but yeah, we were, there was a part of us too. We were trying to fit in, so it was a lot more grunge than uh, a lot of stuff we did. But that record, yeah, that's still, I like those obscure records. I really do. I think that, of course, Cherry Pie and Uncle, the stuff you hear is great, but a lot of the times the history in a band is in those one-offs, and
Yeah.
especially James' story. If you listen to like Dog Eat Dog, and then you go to the next record, then you could just kind of belly to belly, then Ultra, you can hear him just the lyric, it's just almost right in front of us.
We were talking with Jerry Dixon, who is going to be at the M3 Rock Festival with Warrant, David Lee Roth, Lita Ford, Sebastian Bach. This is going to be a great weekend, May 2nd through the 4th, Columbia, Maryland, at the Merriweather Post Pavilion. Jerry, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, sharing some
Absolutely.
stories with us. And we are looking forward to everything that you and your band have to offer. So appreciate your time.
Wow. Well, I'm honored to speak to you, and thank you for the support. And I'll see you at M3. We'll do
Absolutely.
this again there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do some in-person stuff.
And
Absolutely.
we can watch uh, David Lee Roth from the side of the stage together.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's the only reason I'm going.